Okay, students and parents, we're going to be doing map testing on Wednesday, July 1st, 2020. Students have done map testing for the last 2 years, so they should have a good idea, but it's okay if they forgot on how to get there. That's what this video is for. And parents, I know that you've never done map testing for the most part, so here is kind of a how-to so you can help your kids get on and be successful on this test. So the first thing is, why are we doing it? It gives us a graph to show how your child is growing. It is to show that they're progressing, and it shows that what they're learning, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, so we as teachers can know how to better serve each kid. So what will need to happen is students will need to log into Google Classroom 15 minutes before testing. At the very most 15 minutes before testing, to write down the session name and password. Okay. I can't give out that session name and password until the day of testing because it generates the password once I start the test. You'll need to write it on a piece of paper and then log off, because the app screen or the apps is on the sign-in screen, so they cannot be signed into the Chromebook. Here's a quick video to show you how to log in to MAP using your Chromebook.
Hi, this is Mrs. Caverly, and this is how you launch the NWA math test from a Chromebook. First of all, just open up your Chromebook, and when you come to this screen, do not log in. Instead of logging in, we would like you to go down to the bottom left-hand corner. There is a feature called Apps. Click on Apps, and then choose NWA Secure Testing, or it might say something about map growth testing. And when you click on that, you will have to wait for a few seconds, and then you will type in the codes that your teacher tells you. Good luck taking your NWEA math test.
Okay, so some Chromebooks may have an error that pops up that says workstation readiness check. If that pops up, you will hit Control Shift 0, and that will get rid of that screen. It may take you back to having to type in everything, but it will get rid of the workstation readiness check. Also, if for some reason you cannot find your name in the list, make sure you contact your teacher and press Shift Alt K to exit out of the app completely until your teacher tells you that she's fixed the issue. Okay, so your child will need a quiet place to work that's free from distractions to the best of your abilities. This test is timed, so they need to try to do it as quickly and as quickly and to the best of their abilities. I don't want them to rush, but I do want them to be able to focus on their test. Some kids have access to oral admin. They know how to use that. So if they'd like to use headphones, they can. If not, if they're in a place by themselves or there's not another child testing in the home, then they can just use their speakers on the Chromebook, and that's fine. Last, they will need a scratch paper and a pencil for math if they are taking the math test. So here's the testing schedule for Wednesday. If you are doing reading, you will be taking it at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you are also doing math, summer school, you'll be taking that test at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If your child is 30 minutes late or more, they will not be permitted into the test and will have to reschedule. If there's any conflicts in your schedule, contact the teachers ahead of time and we can figure something out. I've already had a couple kids take their test a little early because they knew that they were going to be out of town in the beginning of July. If you have, last reminder, this is not a pass or fail kind of thing. Your kid is competing against themselves and their own scores to show that they're progressing and that they're getting better. And like I said earlier, it's a way for teachers to see what the students need help in. I will say that MAP is adaptive, so the more questions your child gets right, the harder the questions get because it's trying to see what your kid is strong in and what levels they're at. So it's okay if there's something on there that they have never learned. Don't stress out about it. Just remind your child that their best is good enough. As long as they are trying their hardest and putting in their effort, that's all we need, because we need to see what they can do, what they need help in, and what their strengths are. Just take your time and do your best, and I wish you the best of luck.